Have you ever felt like someone can't seem to forget you? Like the universe keeps placing you in their path? Some connections seem to transcend the ordinary, drawing people together in ways that defy logic, through signs, symbols, and recurring encounters that feel anything but random. They can't seem to escape the thought of you. Every day, reminders of you surface in unexpected places, on the radio, in a passing conversation, even in the numbers they see. It's as if the universe itself is sending them signals, refusing to let you fade from their mind. Angel numbers, song lyrics, and dream imagery keep pulling them back to you, each sign stirring emotions and questions they can't ignore. These recurring signs aren't random. They notice the numbers 1111, 222, or 444, each with a message they can't quite decipher but feel compelled to understand. To anyone else, these might seem like coincidences, but to them, it's a language of the universe, an invitation to look beyond the surface. Each appearance reinforces their connection to you, tugging at their thoughts, urging them to decode what these signs mean. The universe appears to have taken an active role, guiding them back to you. Every time they try to focus on something else, there you are again, surfacing in a song or a dream that leaves them wondering. They can't seem to escape this mysterious connection, and no matter how hard they try to move on, the signs seem to be everywhere, as if asking them to reflect on why this connection exists. They start to feel a pull towards something beyond themselves, a sense that they're part of a larger plan. It's unsettling and fascinating all at once, leading them to believe that this connection with you isn't just in their imagination. They may find themselves looking up the meaning of each sign, consulting spiritual resources, or even asking friends if they've experienced anything similar. The search for meaning becomes a quest in itself. What fascinates them most is how consistent these signs are. Days turn into weeks, yet the reminders don't wane. The synchronicities persist, demanding their attention, stirring emotions that keep bringing them back to you. It's a pull they can't shake, a mystery they can't solve, but feel compelled to pursue. Each time they question if it's all just a trick of their mind, another reminder surfaces, pushing them further down this path. Soon their curiosity transforms into obsession. They begin to wonder if this connection is a calling, something they're meant to explore for reasons beyond their control. It leads them to consider possibilities they'd never entertained before: soul connections, karmic bonds, and past life connections. As strange as these ideas might seem, the signs make them feel like they're part of something greater. But even as they research and theorize, the answers remain elusive. The universe gives hints but withholds explanations, leaving them yearning for more. This feeling of incompleteness drives them, intensifying their desire to understand why you're on their mind so often. The more they seek, the more profound the mystery becomes, deepening their connection with you, whether they realize it or not. Every time they're reminded of you, they feel a surge of something indescribable, a mix of excitement, longing, and confusion. It's as though the universe is gently nudging them toward you, guiding them toward an understanding that's just out of reach. And so, they continue, compelled by the signs, by the feeling that there's more to this than meets the eye. Your presence in their life has sparked an awakening they never expected. Meeting you wasn't just a coincidence. It was a catalyst that began to unearth layers of their inner self they'd long hidden. Almost overnight, they felt a shift within, a stirring of emotions and insecurities they hadn't faced before. You didn't just enter their life, you became a mirror, reflecting parts of them they'd chosen to overlook or ignore. They start to see aspects of themselves they hadn't known existed, and it's both enlightening and unnerving. They realize that beneath their outer confidence lies a complex web of insecurities, fears, and vulnerabilities. These aren't new feelings. They've just been buried so deep that only something extraordinary could bring them to the surface. In many ways, you've opened a door they didn't even know was there, and they're stepping through it cautiously. This newfound vulnerability challenges them. They've always thought of themselves as strong, independent, in control. But around you, their defenses crumble. They feel exposed, raw, like their very essence is being laid bare. It's a feeling that's difficult for them to process, a confrontation with themselves that's as painful as it is transformative. Your presence isn't just affecting them, it's reshaping how they see themselves. At first, they resist these feelings, dismissing them as a phase, a passing fascination. But the emotions persist, growing stronger each time they think of you. The vulnerability they feel around you becomes a constant, reminding them of a side of themselves they'd rather not face. Yet, they can't ignore it. The more they try to push it away, the more it confronts them, demanding their attention. They begin to question their identity, to wonder if the person they've been projecting is truly who they are. Your presence has shaken the foundation of their self-image, making them confront the inconsistencies between who they are and who they thought they were. This process is both disorienting and eye-opening, forcing them to reevaluate aspects of themselves they'd previously taken for granted. Through this awakening, they start to see the value in vulnerability. What once felt like weakness now seems like an essential part of being human. They realize that to grow, they must embrace these parts of themselves, no matter how uncomfortable. They begin to appreciate the raw, unfiltered emotions you bring out in them, even if it makes them feel unsteady and uncertain. Your impact on them goes beyond attraction. It's a soul-deep connection that challenges and reshapes them. The spiritual awakening you've triggered isn't something they can escape. It's a journey they're on, whether they like it or not. They're learning to let go of the masks they once wore, to step into a more authentic version of themselves. It's not easy, but it's necessary. They may not understand it fully, but they sense that this transformation is essential. They're beginning to see life, love, and connection from a new perspective. The spiritual awakening you've sparked is a path to self-discovery that will leave them forever changed, regardless of where the connection between you ultimately leads. I created Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom for those who are natural awakeners, people who understand the profound impact they have on others' lives. In Obsidian Inner Order, you'll find a circle of kindred spirits, each of whom has felt the responsibility and fulfillment of sparking growth in those around them. Here, we support one another as we embrace our unique power to influence, to heal, and to open doors to self-discovery. The link is in the description below. This connection defies everything they thought they knew about attraction and relationships. They're used to people being drawn to their confidence, their independence. But with you, everything feels different. It's not about impressing or dominating. It's about being real, vulnerable, and open. For the first time, they feel a pull that's deeper than physical attraction, a magnetic energy that both excites and humbles them. Around you, they don't feel like the confident, self-assured person everyone else sees. Instead, they feel exposed, nervous, even unsure. It's an unsettling experience for someone who's so used to being in control. This connection brings out a side of them that's rarely seen, a version of themselves that they're only just beginning to understand. With you, they're not the same person. They're someone raw, someone real. What stands out the most is the desire they feel to change. Normally, they shy away from commitment, from anything that might make them feel tied down. But with you, it's different. There's a part of them that wants to grow, to be a better person. This connection is pushing them to evolve, challenging them to break free from their old patterns and embrace a new way of being. In your presence, they're reminded of the things they've been avoiding, the parts of themselves that long for depth, for genuine connection. This isn't something they're used to feeling. They're known for their emotional unavailability, their tendency to keep things light and casual. But with you, they feel something more profound, something that makes them reconsider what they want out of life. The dynamic between you isn't like anything they've experienced before. Normally, they're the one in control, the one calling the shots. But with you, they find themselves feeling vulnerable, unsure of what to do next. This power shift is both terrifying and exhilarating, making them question everything they thought they knew about relationships. They feel a deep respect for you, one that goes beyond attraction. There's a sense of admiration, a recognition of your strength and energy. They're drawn to you not just because of who you are, but because of the way you make them feel about themselves. In your presence, they're inspired to be better, to reach for a version of themselves they hadn't known was possible. This connection is teaching them that love and attraction don't always follow the rules. Sometimes the person who makes you feel the most vulnerable is the one who brings out the best in you. They're beginning to understand that this feeling of being drawn to you isn't a weakness. It's a call to grow, to evolve into someone capable of deeper, more meaningful connections. As they navigate these new feelings, they realize that this connection is a rare gift. It's an opportunity to explore parts of themselves they've long ignored, to embrace the possibility of change. The magnetic pull they feel toward you isn't just attraction, it's a sign that they're on the verge of something extraordinary, something that could redefine their entire understanding of love and connection. Despite the intensity of their emotions, they struggle with accepting this connection. They find themselves hiding their feelings, unsure of how friends or family might react. The idea of explaining their connection with you, a connection that feels more spiritual than logical, is daunting. They know that not everyone will understand, and this fear of judgment keeps them silent. There's a part of them that longs to open up, to share what they're going through, but the fear of vulnerability holds them back. They're torn between their desire to embrace this connection and their need to protect themselves from criticism. This internal conflict creates a barrier, preventing them from fully accepting what they feel for you. Their resistance isn't just about fear, it's about preserving a sense of control. They've always been able to keep their emotions in check, to distance themselves when things get too intense. But with you, that control is slipping. They're caught between their desire to let go and their instinct to hold back, afraid of what might happen if they surrender to their feelings. The people around them aren't helping either. Friends and family, though well-meaning, create distractions that pull them away from the introspection this connection requires. The noise of their everyday life makes it hard for them to focus on what's truly important, to find the quiet space needed to understand their feelings for you. Each time they consider reaching out, something holds them back. Whether it's the fear of rejection or the opinions of others, they can't bring themselves to take that step. They're caught in a web of emotions, struggling to reconcile what they feel with what they think they should feel. The battle between their heart and mind is intense, and it leaves them feeling torn and conflicted. This inner turmoil is exhausting. They're constantly wrestling with themselves, trying to find a way to balance their feelings for you with the expectations of those around them. It's a lonely struggle, one that they can't share with anyone else. They want to follow their heart, but they're afraid of where it might lead. Through this conflict, they're learning valuable lessons about themselves. They're beginning to see the limits of their old ways, the ways they've used to protect themselves from vulnerability. The walls they've built are starting to feel like a cage, keeping them from the connection they truly want. The struggle itself becomes a source of growth, pushing them to question what really matters. In the end, they realize that this conflict isn't just about you. It's about their own journey toward self-acceptance. The feelings they have for you are forcing them to confront their fears, to challenge the beliefs that have held them back. It's a difficult journey, but it's one that will ultimately lead them to a deeper understanding of themselves. Without any conscious effort on your part, your presence has become a force of healing in their life. You possess an energy that naturally inspires others to look inward, to confront the parts of themselves they've long avoided. This person too feels the transformative power of your presence, drawn to a journey of self-discovery they never anticipated. Being around you encourages them to question their assumptions, to challenge their old beliefs. They start to see their insecurities in a new light, realizing that the things they've tried to hide are actually opportunities for growth. Your energy acts as a catalyst, stirring up emotions and thoughts that push them toward becoming a better version of themselves. It's not just your words that affect them, it's your whole presence. Something about the way you carry yourself, the calm strength you radiate, inspires them to look deeper. They find themselves thinking about your approach to life, wondering if they too could achieve that level of peace and self-assurance. You've set an example that makes them want to change. This isn't something they fully understand, but they feel it nonetheless. They may not realize why they're drawn to you, but on a soul level, they sense that you're guiding them towards something important. Your energy has opened a door they didn't know existed, leading them down a path of self-reflection and healing. In your presence, they feel safe enough to confront their fears, to face the parts of themselves they've hidden from the world. It's not always easy, but they know it's necessary. You've given them the courage to look within, to explore the depths of their own soul. This process is painful, but it's also liberating, offering them a chance to heal old wounds. Your influence goes beyond the ordinary. You've become a mirror for them, reflecting back the things they need to work on, the parts of themselves that need healing. This isn't something they could find in anyone else. It's a unique connection that speaks to the depths of who they are. With you, they feel seen, understood, and accepted in ways they've never experienced before. They realize that your presence has changed them in ways they can't explain. They're becoming more open, more vulnerable, and more willing to embrace their true self. It's a journey that would have been impossible without you, a transformation that goes beyond attraction or affection. You've shown them a new way of being, one that's grounded in truth and self-acceptance. As they continue on this path, they're filled with gratitude for the role you've played in their life. They may never express it, but they know that meeting you was a turning point, a moment that changed everything. Your healing energy has set them on a journey that will shape their life for years to come, a path of growth and self-discovery that would have remained hidden without you. There's a quiet ache within them, a longing that they can't quite put into words. It's a feeling that's both persistent and elusive, an undeniable pull toward you that never seems to fade. They might go about their day immersed in routine, yet their thoughts inevitably circle back to you. In the silence of their own mind, they replay moments, conversations, and glimpses of what might have been if they had the courage to express what's in their heart. At times, this longing feels almost unbearable. There are moments when they're overcome with the desire to reach out, to finally reveal the depth of their feelings. They imagine what it would be like to share their emotions with you openly, to let you in on the turmoil that lies beneath their composed exterior. But every time, fear and doubt creep in, silencing their voice before they can even form the words. The longing remains, simmering beneath the surface, unseen but felt deeply. When they're alone, they often find themselves drafting messages they'll never send. They write and rewrite, trying to capture everything they want to say, hoping to find the perfect words that could convey the complexity of their emotions. But as soon as they're done, hesitation takes over. They delete the message, erasing their feelings before they ever have a chance to be seen. Each deleted message becomes another silent testament to the depth of their longing, a longing they feel powerless to act on. Their hesitation isn't due to a lack of feeling. If anything, it's because they feel too much. The intensity of their emotions scares them, making them fear the vulnerability that would come with confessing. What if you don't feel the same? What if they're left exposed, with their heart out in the open, and nothing in return? These questions hold them back, leaving them in a state of quiet desperation, wanting to reach out but paralyzed by the fear of rejection. In social settings, they wear a mask of indifference, pretending that everything is fine, that you're just another person who's come and gone in their life. They laugh, they engage, they act as if you haven't left an indelible mark on their soul. But beneath this facade, there's an internal storm they can't suppress. In the spaces between conversations, in the quiet moments of the day, they're reminded of you. It's a silent longing, hidden from the world, but one that colors everything they do. The people around them might notice that something's different, that there's a certain distance in their gaze, a hint of distraction that wasn't there before. They may ask questions, offer support, but they'll never know the truth. The longing they feel for you is a private journey, one they must walk alone. It's a constant companion, a bittersweet reminder of what could be, and it's a burden they're reluctant to share with anyone. They find themselves watching for signs, wondering if you feel the same way. A lingering glance, a subtle smile. Each interaction becomes a potential clue, something that might confirm the connection they feel. But they're too afraid to ask, too fearful to make themselves vulnerable. Instead, they hold on to these small moments, hoping that maybe, just maybe, you're feeling the same pull they are. The silence between you is thick with unspoken words, each one adding to the weight of their longing. As time passes, they realize that this longing is something they may have to carry indefinitely. The opportunity to reach out is always there, yet they hesitate, frozen in the tension between desire and fear. They imagine different scenarios, envisioning how it might go if they finally took that step. But each imagined outcome only reinforces their uncertainty, leaving them unable to make a move. The longing remains unfulfilled, a silent thread that binds them to you in ways they can't escape. In quiet moments, they wonder if this connection is destined to stay unspoken, a secret they'll carry forever. There's a sadness in this thought, but also a strange comfort. Even if they never reveal their feelings, the connection itself feels meaningful, as though it exists beyond the need for words. Their silent longing becomes a part of them, woven into the fabric of who they are, a reminder of the depth they're capable of, even if that depth is never fully shared. They may never act on these feelings, but they'll carry the memory of this connection with them always. It's a hidden ache, a quiet yearning that lives in the spaces between words, in the moments of stillness that punctuate their days. This silent longing becomes a cherished pain, a reminder of the vulnerability they found within themselves, and the connection that showed them a side of love they hadn't known existed. Meeting you has opened a door in their heart, one they didn't even know existed. This connection has given them a glimpse of a new way of being, one where they are more open, more vulnerable, and more willing to embrace the unknown. It's a shift that goes beyond attraction or desire. It's a spiritual awakening that's changing the very essence of who they are. They start to sense that this connection with you has a purpose, a reason beyond what they can see. It feels as though the universe has brought you together to teach them something, to help them grow in ways they couldn't have achieved on their own. Even if they don't fully understand it, they feel that this connection is meant to transform them, to lead them toward a higher truth. There's a part of them that hopes for reconciliation, a chance to be with you in a way that's real and lasting. They may not act on these feelings immediately, but the thought remains, lingering in the back of their mind. The universe's persistence in keeping you in their life suggests a purpose that goes beyond the present moment, a destiny that may bring you together again. They begin to understand that regardless of what happens between you, this connection has already served a powerful purpose. It has opened their eyes to new possibilities, new ways of seeing the world. They've been given a gift, a chance to grow and evolve in ways they never anticipated. Even if they never act on these feelings, the experience has changed them. This connection has allowed both of you to heal, to confront the parts of yourselves that needed growth. It's a bond that goes beyond the ordinary, offering insights and lessons that neither of you expected. The transformation isn't just for them, it's for you as well, a mutual journey of self-discovery and healing. They realize that, even if they choose to remain silent, the impact of this connection will stay with them forever. It's a part of who they are now, a piece of their soul that has been forever altered by knowing you. This bond has left a mark on them, one that will guide them in ways they may not yet understand. In time, they may come to see this connection as a blessing, a chance to grow and heal in ways they hadn't thought possible. They may not reach out, but they'll carry the lessons with them, applying what they've learned to other aspects of their life. The spiritual awakening you've sparked will continue, shaping them long after you're gone. Ultimately, the purpose of this connection is not just about being together. It's about transformation, growth, and the evolution of the soul. This bond has served as a catalyst for change, a reminder that some connections are meant to teach us, to awaken us, and to guide us toward our true selves. Remember the power of your presence, Your energy has the ability to inspire transformation in others, to awaken aspects of themselves they didn't even know existed. Embrace this gift, this unique energy, as a guide for others to find healing and growth. Your presence alone is enough to change lives, to spark awakenings that may forever alter someone's path. Continue to share your light. It's more powerful than you realize.